Hey AfterBuzzers, we're about to discuss New Girl episode 16, Operation Bobcat, so stay tuned.
You're tuning into the destination for TV superfan discussion, AfterBuzz TV. And now, let the buzz begin.
L-O-V-E-L-O-L-O-L-O. Alrighty, we definitely had to put this song on tonight because we have somebody in love tonight. Well, thank you guys so much for joining us this week. I'm your host, Nasta. You can find me on Twitter at Nasta and on Instagram at AllieGirl. And Tessa Cevaall, where can they find you?
You guys can find me on Twitter and Instagram at Tessa_Cevaall.
So, I mean, kicking it off, Nick is in love, guys.
Nick's in love, Winston's in love, Allie's in love, Cece's in love, Schmidt's in love, everyone's in love.
Which leaves us poor Jess by herself. But you know, I was talking about this because it started off with all couples this episode. And, you know, they're all like dancing to the Cupid Shuffle. Oh, maybe we could have played the Cupid Shuffle. Love that one. But anyways.
Next time.
Yeah, next time. They're all playing the Cupid Shuffle, you know, getting in the groove for Valentine's Day. But then they stop the music when Jess walks in.
Awkward. I know. That was, it just made me sad.
I know.
And being single, you never want to be reminded that being single is not fun.
I can attest. I am a Jess in this situation. The more people constantly like beg you to like not be sad or like, oh, we should not like bring it up. It's like, okay, well now you're making me a little angry because it's like, I don't care, but should I care? Because you keep asking me about it. And that's why I feel like Jess was in this episode. She's like, seriously, can you guys stop? She just wants to be normal and send herself Valentines.
I know. And clean out her purse and get dinner made by a chef.
Yeah, Gordon Ramsay. Like, that was great.
I was so, first of all, surprised that it was Gordon Ramsay. I honestly was kind of picturing, like, just like a weirdo, and then it'd be like this awkward situation, and Jess would be weird about it, and then all of a sudden, Gordon Ramsay in the kitchen cooking Jess dinner on Valentine's Day. I was like, what is this?
Well, when she said celebrity dinner, I don't know, I guess in my mind I was thinking it would just be like a celebrity we didn't know, but like it's celebrity in like New Girl world. So then me
too.
So when they brought on Gordon Ramsay, I was like, okay, cool. We've got a legit chef on our hands. Which I was actually really depressed when he threw the scalloped dish on the floor.
I know, I was like, no,
those are completely great scallops. Why are you throwing those on the floor? Like, pick them up and eat them. No, I'm kidding. Don't do that. But, you know, okay, so we see a lot of different emotions from Jess. You know, she's doing a really, really great job of trying to stay afloat and be strong and totally just, you know, everything's good. But we find out that things are actually not very good.
Yeah, but we kind of knew it. Don't you think a little bit?
I think we knew, but I didn't know what side we were going to get. You know, everybody's like, are you sad? Are you sad? We find out she's actually angry.
Yeah. And what I love about that is that Gordon Ramsay was this aggressive person who pulled it out of her, because usually that's Jess with everyone else. She's the one that's right in everybody's face trying to make everyone feel better, get everyone's feelings out on the table, whatever. And so it was kind of fun to see like such an intense personality like Gordon Ramsay bring it out of her.
Yeah, no, I completely agree, because I feel like in this situation, they all, except Nick, know that she's in love with him. So it's just kind of a thing where they know, where they don't even talk to her about it. So in order to get any type of advice, I think she needed it from an outside source in order for her to get some sort of clarity on what she's actually feeling. Which it leads us to, she's angry about Nick. Finally, he's this amazing boyfriend doing big boy Cupid stuff.
Big boy
Cupid. Did you not love how they were like calling him big boy Cupid? I was like, all right, Nick, let's not get ahead of yourself, okay? But you know, when they were dating, he got her a nudie card with a $20 stick, like stuck to the nudie part, and then he just could never do anything romantic. And he's kind of growing up with Reagan, like in a way, he's becoming a man and wanting to do great things for her. So I mean, rightfully so, she's mad.
I would be mad. I'd be really mad.
Yeah.
And that sucks, because that's like what she wanted the whole time, and now it's there, but it's not with her.
No, and she has to watch this whole thing play out, which is crazy. Which now that we're on the whole Nick and Jess and Reagan kind of triangle, but not triangle because they don't know that Jess
But it is a triangle because she's so involved in their relationship.
That is true. She's like the point.
She's like the mediator.
She's the one that brings them together, which we discussed last time. But this, and like, what we also said last time is how Reagan and Nick definitely, they don't have that emotional touch that's missing. And we see that in Reagan's gift to him. This whole episode, he was so worried about what she was going to get her and so excited about what she was going to get her. And she got him a chain. Why do you think she got him a chain for Valentine's Day?
I thought that was so weird. I'm not going to lie. It was like a very
Unthoughtful.
random gift.
Yeah.
I felt like she was trying to be thoughtful.
I feel like it was one of those...
Because that's not one of those things you just find anywhere. Like, you have to go out of your way to find a gift
chain
like that, right? It's not
Yeah.
just Keurig or something where you could just, like, buy at Target.
Yeah.
Like, you don't buy chains at Target,
No.
you know? Like, it's
like
just, like,
a
a
nice-
weird...
yeah. Yeah, because you have to, like, if you're going to buy,
It was
like,
very,
a necklace chain for a man, it has to be, like, of good quality, I feel. Like, you can't just be
Yeah.
like, let me just, like, oh, let me take my necklace part off and, like, give you this chain. Like, it's, like, you were, like, yeah.
But I also think it gives insight that maybe Reagan doesn't know Nick that well.
It definitely does not.
Right?
Because I was thinking even that this was such an it was just it was not thoughtful at all. She didn't really think about what he would like or what he would need in this situation in order to feel loved on Valentine's Day when she's not in the same city. So it just leads me to believe that there's a disconnect in their relationship. And Nick being in love is really just kind of, I don't see her being in as much as he is. What do you think?
I agree. I mean, and it showed so many times over and over again. She buys a second apartment. She doesn't seem to act the way she should because she kind of puts on that front
Yeah.
that she doesn't care. All those things you don't do if you really love someone. You let your guard down. I think she continues to put it up
Yeah.
over and over and over again.
Yeah. We
And
haven't
Nick has let it down
Yeah.
completely now.
You're so yeah. And now we see that he's literally using the word love.
Which is so weird, and it broke my heart when he said it in front of Jess.
That's another thing. As soon as I saw her, like literally as soon as I saw her face, I was just like, oh, let me just cry for you right now. It's already Valentine's Day. You're already alone. And now the love of your life is admitting that he's in love with Reagan.
Like head over heels.
Yeah, which we all kind of like saw this coming because the relationship, from what the outside of it looks with Reagan and Nick, they think it's fine, even though I don't think they're really realizing how much they're needing Jess, which I'm kind of wondering how they're gonna find out themselves, because if Jess were to be like, you realize you use me for everything, Nick would probably be like, no, that's not true, and then be like, oh, like it would take a couple minutes to figure that out for Nick. But in terms of this whole like triangle thing, do you think that, because we talked about how like Nick and Reagan weren't gonna last that long, but now do you think it's gonna last longer than we had expected?
No.
Yeah. How do you think it's gonna end now? I guess we can say that for predictions. I don't know. We'll save that. But yeah, I
I
just
don't think they're gonna last.
yeah. I'm just worried. It's
I feel like something drastic's gonna happen. Sorry,
Yeah.
didn't mean to cut you off.
No,
like,
that's
she's
okay.
gonna cheat on him or something.
yeah, I definitely feel that coming, and I feel like, but I mean, it's either gonna go one or two ways. Nick's gonna be, because he's so in love right now, it's gonna be something that's gonna let him down so hard that he's gonna be like in his room, really emotionally like down for a couple days, and that's gonna kind of like, you know, let him figure things out. Or he's actually gonna accept help this time when he's sad, and Jess is gonna be the one to kind of help him in that. But
Yeah.
I don't know. That was really heartbreaking. But with all the heartbreak, I was actually so proud of Jess for giving Winston the advice that she gave him about, no girl actually hates Valentine's Day. Go out there and go celebrate it with your woman.
Which is so funny to me because he's planning a 20-step engagement.
21, I think, actually.
21-step engagement,
Yes.
yet does not want to celebrate Valentine's Day. So that's kind of a disconnect in my head. I'm like, what?
What's going on here?
But then again, it's Winston, who doesn't make any sense to me. He's just like a lovable...
Yeah, lovable goofball. But yeah, like, okay, so he had mentioned they're on step 6. So, and they were trying to talk about how they could fit all of these steps into today.
Yes.
I kind of ended up only getting into one step, which was fine. It worked out. But yeah, I was actually really happy that they cut it down to just this one step and they kind of pushed us to the proposal. How do you feel? How do you feel about the pushing to the proposal?
I mean, at the end of the last episode, I was like, oh my God. I mean, they're not going to get engaged for like 7 episodes now, 20 steps later. So I'm really glad that it happened.
I know.
Oh my God. Did you predict this at all or see this coming at all with the beginning of the season?
I did not. Obviously, like I had no idea. Obviously, we were uninformed that Allie had actually been where she was training, I think in Quantico or something, and we thought that she was off the show. We didn't know why. We didn't know she's coming back. So now that she's back in full force and they're engaged and they're so happy, they're so perfect together, I'm excited for another wedding.
I know.
It's going to be so much fun. It literally, yes, Allie and Winston, they're perfect together. They're so cute. I mean, this proposal, I mean, poor guy was concussed, but I mean, it was pretty romantic. I got goosebumps.
I kind of thought it was like a little weird that Jess was kind of proposing to her, but it was really cute at the end. Like, I'm glad he was able to pull through his concussion and ask her the question.
Yeah.
But at first I was like, this is like so unromantic. Because I was like, if my boyfriend was proposing to me right now and like his best friend was reading it to me, it would just be weird.
Yeah. But she was like, look at Winston and like don't and like listen to me.
Yeah.
No, but I mean, I thought it was weird, but at the same time, I kind of thought like, of course. Like, how other, like, no other way would it happen when, like, the Lofties, like, they stick together. Whenever anything happens to one of them, it happens to them all. So it was only fitting that, like, Jess kind of be there in this situation.
Yeah.
And I thought it was kind of nice because, you know, we've seen Cece and Winston, they're, like, besties. And, you know, he was one of her bridesmaids, bridesmaid. What is that, like a bridesman? I don't know.
Bridesman.
So he was in her wedding, and I just thought it was a nice moment between Jess and him that she was helping him in the situation, not necessarily that they were sitting on the floor of a bathroom. What was that, like a gas station bathroom? I can't remember. Yeah, it was really gross. And they were singing Elvis Costello's Allison in the background, which I know that song very well because it was my name growing up. So it's like, that's so cool. It's there. But
I did not have that same feeling, but I'm glad you did.
So I was like, oh, but except someone told me what the song actually means, so I found it funny. And I don't know if that's the truth. I need to actually read the lyrics, but I thought it was funny that he was using it in like a proposal type of way. But yeah, I'm happy that they are finally engaged. We have only got like 2 episodes left.
I know.
So, I mean, does that hopefully... Oh, and there were some fans saying that we need to, like, come on, like, let's push season 7.
Yeah!
Yes. So let's make sure, like, let's push that hashtag out there because I don't know if if they're proposed, they can't really get married in the next 2 episodes, so that's going to be something that happens next season.
Very rushed.
Yeah, like, unless they were, like,
Unless
7 months later, like, oh, I could see that happening with Winston and Allie. Like, we don't want a wedding. We want to just do it ourselves in our own fun ways. I don't know. I feel like that's something that they would do, actually.
That's true.
But yeah, speaking of crazy couples, we've got Cece and Schmidt celebrating their boniversary.
For some reason, that continued to make me very uncomfortable. Maybe I'm just really immature. But I was like, that's such a weird way to say it.
No, I was too, because at first, like, you know, they were talking about, like, before they got in the elevator, talking about how this is the first Valentine's Day they weren't spending as a married couple. And then we kind of, like, cut to, all of a sudden, it's only talking about the boniversary and how they need to, like, celebrate it. And it was just kind of like, oh. I mean, you kind of took it from, like, romantic to, like, unromantic. So I'm not really not really sure about that one. But I also, how did you feel about when Cece, at the end of this whole shenanigans, you know, she first was in his office, which she's trying to get in the middle of getting a promotion right now. So even though I know it was in the best interest, not sure if that's the best idea considering how much pressure he's under right now. But I thought at the end it was great that she finally was like, I want to do something nice for you.
Yeah, I agree. I think we've talked about this a lot in the last couple of weeks, that Schmidt is such a good husband. He does so much for her. He made her an office. He made her a cubicle. He's done so many things to help her business, to make their home together. So it was really nice to see Cece kind of do what she did for him. And also, what kind of did crack me up, though, is that he's been working so hard. And I'm like, have you, though? Because you've helped Cece create her business, and you've been doing the home renovations, and you have all this time to, like, kind of mope around.
Maybe we're just seeing the weekends.
Maybe,
I don't know.
But
that you bring up, like, four very good points. But that kind of made me laugh
for a moment, because I was like, has he been working hard?
Yeah, like, not sure. But, I mean, hey, clearly he was working hard enough to get his office finally.
He has a real office.
A real office, not a closet, guys. Schmidt is in the game.
And a window.
And an automatic closing door.
Slow closing.
Slow closing door. Her name was Loretta, right? Was the lady that he kept being like, Loretta, just like, but I thought that was great. That was a great scene. Just a lot of great fun moments this episode. I thought the comedy was on cue, but also too, I think besides the Christmas episode, this has given me the most like feels. I just was like crying half the episode and then getting goosebumps the other half. There's just so much, I mean, granted this was the Valentine's Day episode, but there's just so much love between all of these friends. But yeah, I don't know. I mean, I'm still, after all of the love, I'm worried about Nick and Jess. I just don't know what's going to happen with them.
I know. It really broke my heart seeing Jess when Nick said that he really loved Reagan.
It's just like hard because clearly, rightfully so, she should be mad, and then we kind of have to see her be okay with him being happy.
What do you think is going to happen?
What do I think is going to happen? Should we spit off some predictions then?
Yeah.
Maybe we should get into some predictions.
And now, your AFTERBUZZ TV predictions.
Ooh, that was fun.
I wasn't expecting that one. I really like that. I'm sure you saw my face. It was like, well, that was fun. So my predictions, I guess with this whole, there's got to be something, I think, dramatic that's going to happen with Jess and Nick. And I think it's going to be the fact that we've had this huge buildup of knowing Jess's emotions, but yet not seeing her tell Nick, and no one has told Nick. So I think within the last 2 episodes, we're going to see it explode. And he's going to be not knowing how to deal with it.
But do you think if we rewind a couple episodes to the Secret Santa episode, when we all thought Nick was oblivious and then it came out that he had picked up on it the whole time, do you think that's still there? Do you think something will happen with Nick and Reagan, and then Jess will kind of like start to show her feelings again, and then Nick will be like, yeah, I've seen them all along, and then it's like, you have? What? Okay, awesome. And then they're like
together? Like
together.
I don't know. I feel like it's going to be something long and drastic, and they're not going to let them get back together right away. But at the same time, like, I don't know.
Think the season's going to end on a cliffhanger.
Oh, for sure. It usually always does.
Well, I mean, that's very typical. But on a Nick and Jess
cliffhanger for sure, where it's going to be like, we need to have
both single cliffhanger.
Yeah, I think that them putting Reagan.
What if they elope?
What if they get married before Winston? That's your prediction right there.
There it is.
Tessa said it. Nick and Jess elope before Winston and Allie. That would be crazy.
How crazy. Okay, so him and Reagan break up.
Yeah, okay, sorry. I was like, what was I even saying? Okay, so I think that, I think that it's going to be something drastic and it'll come out like that. Now I'm like all over the place. But I also feel like what you were saying with going back a couple episodes, I feel like Nick is not even feeling Jess, even though even at the end of this episode, they like were staring at each other, and I was like, there's love, there's love. But I don't know. Now I just don't even know about my prediction.
I'm so convinced that it is still there.
Yeah. I mean, maybe that's all we need, is it just to like him be single, and then it's gonna be like, oh, I can see the connection again. Okay, so there it is. My prediction is that, like, I don't even know where I was going with this. Nick and Jess, yeah, we've gone into so many different predictions now.
Okay, Nick and Jess, cliffhanger, they're both single at the end of the season.
Okay, there we
Allie
go.
and Winston, about to get married. Do you see any drama in their future?
I don't think any drama.
They never have drama.
No. I don't think there's possible for Winston to have drama.
That's true.
Because he's just such a jokester.
Chill.
He was like, even said today, he's like, I can't even joke love with you or whatever. Like, he can't joke with her because he loves her so much. That was really cute. All right, so your prediction was that your prediction, or did I enforce that prediction on you?
Well, I'm spinning off ideas.
Yeah. Okay.
So that's my main. I don't
one.
foresee drama in that relationship.
Okay.
Going strong.
Okay.
Cece and Schmidt. Cece, and I predicted this multiple times, will be pregnant.
Yes.
At the end of this season.
I believe it.
So that leaves no one.
Yeah. Leaves no one. I don't know. It's not that I don't know, but I think our predictions are somewhat foreshadowing what's going to happen. And I'm hoping that, because I want this to happen with Nick and Jess, because we've had such like up and down beliefs. I mean, you guys have probably heard us say, we're team Reagan and Nick one day, and the next it's like, we're Nick and Jess.
I don't think that anymore.
Yeah, I
can't believe
I'm
I
not.
thought that.
I know. We were team Reagan and Nick for like maybe 3 episodes, maybe 2.5. Because there was like a couple of, so anyways, totally sorry. Nick and Reagan, not going to last. Next episode, they're broken up. That's another one of my predictions. Next episode.
Ooh.
Yeah. So let's hold ourselves to that one, right? Well, I guess that will just have to be it for today. But thank you guys so much for joining us. And make sure to follow us on Instagram, on Facebook, on Snapchat, on Twitter. And you can follow me personally on Twitter at Allie Nasta, and on Instagram at Allie Girl. And if you guys are interested in any of our other AfterBuzz TV or after shows, you can watch me on Mondays do the Royals recap at 7 o'clock and beyond at 10 o'clock. And Tessa Cevaall, where can they find you?
You guys can find me on Twitter and Instagram at Tessa_Cevaall.
All right, thanks so much.
Stay blessed.
Oh, yes. Stay blessed, guys. See you next week.
From executive producers Maria Menounos, Kevin Undergaro, Phil Svitek, and the entire AfterBuzz TV staff, we would like to thank you for listening to the AfterBuzz TV network. To watch or listen to other after shows and post comments or questions, be sure to visit AfterBuzzTV.com. I'm Sir Richard Wentworth, and this has been a presentation of AfterBuzz TV.
Buzz you later.
The views expressed herein are those of the hosts only and do not necessarily reflect the views of AfterBuzz TV or its owners or principals.